The Securities and Exchange Commission was shocked when the Senate passed a bill today that would get rid of the SEC's rules on Bitcoin and cryptocurrency storage. The vice president has said that he will fight this choice, which could make it impossible to get money that could make a big difference in someone's life. James Murphy and John Denton, both lawyers, have said what they think about the case. There was a vote in the House of Representatives on May 8th to overturn SAV 121, the SEC's rule against crypto banks, The Securities and Exchange Commission went above and beyond the normal way of putting policies into place by putting out the ASA staff accounting bulletin in this step. This bulletin is for small-scale policy applications. Some members of the House of Representatives had already said that Gary Gensler says his actions were against the law. The House of Representatives agreed with the xrp+ripple 109 plan. This bill would overturn the SEC staff accounting bulletin, also known as SAB number 121, which said that highly regulated financial institutions couldn't keep Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies. The 60 votes in favor and 38 votes against showed that people from both parties agreed with the plan. The majority of Democrats did not want to keep crossing party lines in the Senate or the House of Representatives. However, some Democrats did do it. That's something you should know. Politicians have made cryptocurrency political, but it shouldn't be that way. This is something you need to know. The vast majority of powerful Republicans back cryptocurrencies and vote along those lines. Most Democrats in the Senate and the House, on the other hand, are against cryptocurrencies and want Gensler to keep doing what he is doing. Everyone needs to know that voting for some of these people could make it harder for them to buy things with cryptocurrency. You should vote on the motion if you want to, but you should know that some of these people may make your finances worse if you vote for them. As part of the Congressional Review Act HJR 109, the House of Representatives is currently debating a motion that would get rid of SAB 21. This law puts strict limits on financial institutions and doesn't let them hold digital assets like Bitcoin. This resolution was already passed by the House the week before. In short, the Senate passed HJR 109, a bill that would undo the ESCC staff accounting bulletin, which was a big blow to the Securities and Exchange Commission in the past few weeks. In both the House and the Senate, most Democrats want to keep this, though some have gone against their party's lines. Voters need to think about their finances and learn about the problem at hand before they cast their vote. The administration is highly against House Joint Resolution 109 passing because of the work of the Securities and Exchange Commission to protect investors in Bitcoin asset markets and the financial system as a whole. Voters must decide based on what the government says. It would be hard for banks to keep Bitcoin for their customers and make them feel safe. It's likely that President Biden would use his veto power against HA or 109 if it were brought to him. In the US, this is the process that a bill goes through when it is offered. The House of Representatives has to agree to a measure before it can be brought up for debate. After that, it is sent to the Senate to be approved. After that, it is brought to the president's desk so he or she can sign it or reject it. Should President Biden veto the bill, it will come with a letter explaining why he is vetoing it, and the law will be sent back to Congress. In order to get around the veto, 2/3 of the members in the chamber that first introduced the bill must vote in favor of it. The bill will become law if it is overridden by both houses of the government. Gary Gensler's attack on the Securities and Exchange Commission over cryptocurrencies has been criticized by Democrats who are against the White House in the May 8th vote. 2/3 of them think the attack has no basis, isn't necessary, and goes beyond what Congress has given the Securities and Exchange Commission the power to do. As CEO of Bitwise Investment and a lawyer, John Denton talked about the historic day when both houses of Congress passed the first separate Bitcoin bill. Today, he made it very clear that lawmakers in the US want to encourage the safe and legal growth of cryptocurrencies. Lawyer James Murphy, also known as Metal Lawman, says that Senate Majority Leader Schumer decided to get rid of Senate Bill 121, which goes against what President Biden said earlier. This development could do a lot of damage to Biden's war in power and influence, and Congress could pass a bill this year that would change how the Bitcoin market is set up. Even more mysterious is the fact that there is a past of widespread dishonesty led by attorney John Dion. This shows a pattern of bad faith in the organization that includes the commission. He was the author of several cases, including the Ripple lawsuit, which was based on decisions that were made without any reason. Being a district judge, Judge Sarah Netburn was also in charge of writing Coinbase's chief legal officer, Paul Grewal, said that Congress has made it clear that it doesn't like it when the SEC goes too far and doesn't respect federal administrative law. That's a super majority of votes from both parties, or 60 yes votes plus any other votes that were said. Yes, votes are clear comments from Congress about how far Gensler can go with his cryptocurrency asset class. The top has been the subject of a lot of talk. Some people think that one side is more in favor of cryptocurrencies than the other. This is only mostly true. A lot of Democrats from both parties are against what Gensler is doing. But the views of the two groups are very different. Because it's not appropriate in this case, this partisanship shouldn't be allowed to go on. Stuart Al-Aldarati, one of Ripple's post-chief legal officers, is the only one who brings up the fact that one side supports cryptocurrencies more than the other. Al-Darati's story was questioned by Ripple's, who said that most Democrats don't agree with Gensler's acts. In addition, he says that there is a group that is against cryptocurrencies and that they seem to think Biden will destroy all cryptocurrency assets. A group of voters like this one is known, and many people believe it will make it harder for them to win. Someone replied to Aldarati's tweet by saying that Vice President Biden should either veto or pass the bill that would get rid of Guinness. Biden has already made it clear to everyone that he will veto the law, but Aldara still thinks that he will do it. A lot of people in the XRP community, including Danny Minter, have said they don't agree with the Senate's choice to turn him down. They think that the only reason they are there is to serve their people because they believe that doing what the constituents want is morally right and usually for the best. Some people think they are only looking out for the interests of their voters. This could be a good number of votes on both sides if Democrats running for office are allowed to back the bill instead of voting against it. According to another post by Pompous Maxi, a member of the XRP community and the Natural QB, they know that Biden will stop it from becoming law in a cruel way. Still, many people say that lawmakers only do what their party tells them to do. For example, some Republicans vote the way they are told to, while others say that they are doing what is best for the people they represent. In another piece on Who's Crypto, Jamie Dimon, CEO of JP Morgan, is seen saying that he is the person being talked about. When this happens, it makes you wonder if voting in a way that helps big banks over regular people is a smart way to run a government. In spite of Aldaro's continued belief that this is a stupid political move, it is possible that some Democrats are trying to win over the people they are meant to represent. To sum up the argument over, pulling Guinness's permission to overreach in the cryptocurrency asset class is complicated and complex. The majority of Democrats want to get rid of the law. Some people think the tail isn't quite right. It's important to think about both the interesting reasons to support cryptocurrencies and the bad things that might happen if you vote against them.